Howdy, hello, and welcome back. Today is the 18th episode of The Preferred Few, with the very special guest being the pop princess diva of hair, the one, the only... Dyamond Wellington. How are you?
Hi, I'm fabulous.
Fabulosa. Oh, we love a good clean scrub. Mr. Clean, you know about that, huh? Anyways, are you ready to dive deep and cut into all the layers of today's episode?
Yes.
Get it? It was a hair reference.
No.
She is a blonde. We love a good blonde. So we're going to start off with something that absolutely gagged the out of me when I found out. You were born on March 21st, 2001.
I was.
Literally the same day as me.
Oh my goodness.
So crazy. Such a genuine reaction too right there.
Oh my goodness.
So crazy. Y'all saw that? It's not a genuine reaction because the second you got here, we were talking about zodiac signs, I think. And we were like, you're an Aries. And I was like, oh yeah, right. I know you're an Aries because we have the same birthday. That's so crazy. I don't think I've met one other person with the same birthday.
I've also only known one other person as well.
But now look, we broke barriers.
That's crazy.
Hey, we're making dreams come true here on the channel.
Wow.
We're true drag sisters. She said no comment on that one. Anyways, but being an out-of-town girl, because you just had to travel up for the night to come and film this, and we actually were meaning to film this a few times, but you know, life was lifing, so we're getting the episode filmed today, a few weeks later. But you know, hey, we're making the most out of it. We're making memories. We're making live, laugh, love, all that Hallmark. But you were born around the Cherokee, Alabama area, correct?
Yeah, in Tuscumbia.
Oh.
Yes.
I can't say that word. Tuscumbia.
Tuscumbia.
Tuscumbia. Oh. What was it like attending Cherokee High School as a young queer kid?
Well, it was good and bad because I had really good friends, but we just had a really small friend group.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of bad being at Cherokee because I was kind of the only one.
You were the
one.
I'm the one. I'm the one. Anyways, were you open in high school?
I was.
Oh.
Yes,
what age did you officially come out as?
I think it was probably about 15.
Oh.
Yes.
So you were a youngin'.
Yes, and I wore makeup to school, full face, full glam.
That's a little gaggy. I was also that girl. I was wearing, the mixed match foundation that really did not go with my skin at all. You actually identify on the non-binary spectrum, correct?
Yes, I do.
Oh, we love that. Was this something that became obvious during high school, or was it like before then, after then?
It was actually kind of recent because I just went through a lot of different phases with trying to figure out how I feel. Mm-hmm. And then when I just started thinking about it, I was like, non-binary, it just makes sense, because I don't really feel like either.
Yeah. I mean, it just, as a whole, it fits more.
Yeah, it just feels right.
I definitely get that. Did you ever see any, peaks of that in high school?
I feel like I did, but I didn't realize it. Mm-hmm.
It was just staring in the corner, I see you. After high school, though, you eventually moved to Muscle Shoals. So fun fact, I used to work for a franchise that we're not going to talk about on this channel. Clock that tea. But they had a store in Muscle Shoals, and I can never say that name right. But you actually went to that area to attend Northwest Shoals Community College.
Yes, I did.
I feel like I know this answer, but what was your major?
I did salon and spa management.
I feel like that was the two. That makes a lot of sense. Did you see any progressiveness or progression with your queer identity in college?
Yes and no.
Mm-hmm. So you were experimenting. Oh, wow.
It was kind of weird because I didn't really feel comfortable really expressing how I felt there because I wasn't really sure about how they all felt. Yeah. And I didn't want to be treated differently, but it did sometimes feel like I was.
I mean, was the college life different from the Cherokee area?
It was a little different, It was
how far is that?
It's not far at all. I think it's probably maybe 20 minutes.
Oh. Girl, I was thinking
maybe,
you went.
I don't know.
You went to college. I was
No.
thinking you moved up and got into a dorm and well. Anyways, that's not bad though. And I mean, especially being like, are you close with your family?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you had that like close connection while going to college.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Especially with my sister.
I'm sure that was a nice experience. But when did drag fall in that timeline? Was it during high school, during college, recently?
It was during college, actually.
Okay.
Last year.
So it was doing the hair. You were like, hold up, let me get into this gig. I can't have the hair all the time. This big. So experimenting with the hairs. Was it any influence from college that you think carried with your drag? Like, I know you went to school for, like essentially becoming a drag queen. Do you think that helped with your mindset of wanting to do drag?
I think it did because I learned how to do a lot of hair and I was able to transfer it into doing wigs.
Okay.
And so I think that was really helpful.
So you had that. I mean, that's kind of how like I was. I went to cosmetology literally to do hair so I could style. Because I was like, wigs are expensive.
They are.
So when I learned how to sew, I was like, coming for you next, wigs. But when starting drag, did you have any influences, or was it literally just you wanted to take that art a little bit further?
I was definitely influenced because at the time I was really obsessed with Drag Race.
Okay.
And
of course you were a Drag Race, really.
Yes. And I lived under a rock. And I had no idea that there was local drag.
Yeah.
And so
well,
it wasn't.
Let's be honest. Let's go. Let's put it on the map. Where's she at? She's not there.
And then when I found out that there was a show in Florence, I was like, ooh, how exciting. And so I went. And then Jacqueline had asked me to be in the show in the next one. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Jacqueline Julian, who has been on the Preferred Few as well. I believe Preferred Few 15. No, that doesn't sound right. I'm bad at math. Did you really like take any inspiration from like, let's say Tricks in the Tail or who was the other person you just said? Did we ever find out her name?
We didn't.
Or that other person. Shut up. Oh, Rock'em Sakura.
Yes.
Did you ever like take any of those inspirations with your drag?
I definitely feel like I did with the makeup because I experimented a lot with some really crazy makeup.
I can definitely, honestly, now that you said Rock'em Sakura, looking at the little stars, it's giving. Are you an anime girl?
No, I'm not.
Really?
I'm not.
Really?
But I wish I was.
You definitely scream anime girl. Especially out of drag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Either that or Raper Girl. We're in Alabama. You're not a Raper Girl. Do you carry any of those inspirations with you in like your today's drag?
Oh, I feel like I do.
Yeah. Like you're still a little Tricks in the Tail walking around.
Yeah.
A little.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. I can see it with the laugh. Do the laugh. Do the more, Daddy. Do the more. Is your drag more so of like a persona or a character to you, or is it just you?
I do feel like it's just me.
Yeah. No, I definitely. Yeah. I feel like in drag, you definitely are a little bit more giggly.
Yeah.
You're definitely. I remember the first time I met you, which we're gonna get into the first time I met you here in a moment, because it was just kidding. It was a good little night. But no, you were sitting in the corner giggling the entire time, and I was like, you know what? I like you. I like your giggle. What about drag assistants or like familiars? Family members. Where does the last name Wellington come from?
Yeah, so it comes from my drag mother, Dolly B. Wellington.
Where did you meet Dolly?
At the Lava Room show.
Okay.
In Florence.
Was this before you had officially started doing drag, or was it when after you had started doing drag?
I had not ever performed before when I met Dolly.
Got you. So Dolly is like someone who got you into it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Because I remember at the show, I just remember that Dolly and my sister Marvelez.
I love them.
They just seemed like they were really into me, and I was like, And so it gave me that confidence to be like, okay, maybe I could do this.
But I love Dolly's drag. I still have yet to actually officially meet Dolly. However, I've talked with her a few times online. She drag, it's so good. It's like very old school. So that's where Wellington, I'm assuming, came from. Yes. Where did the name Diamond come from?
Oh, so this is great. So I had a coworker, and their name was Diamond.
Okay.
And so she did not stay long enough to get her name tag. And so her name tag came in the mail at the gym, and I had lost my name tag.
Yeah.
So I was wearing Diamond's name tag, and I wore it for months. And people at the gym started calling me Diamond, and they were like, "Oh, that's so unique and so different." And I was like, "It is, isn't it?" I was like, Diamond.
It's definitely a hooker name.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, you could get like circus hooker.
Yeah.
And right now, like the Grinch Who Stole Christmas hooker.
Yeah.
You're giving very what is her name? Lindy Woohoo? No, that's not her name.
Cindy Lou Who?
Cindy Lou Who, yeah. You're giving Linda Woo. What would you classify Diamond as? Like, what type of queen is she?
Okay, so I actually heard a song lyric, and I felt like it perfectly describes Diamond.
Okay.
So, do you listen to the 1975?
No.
Okay. Well, the lyric is, she's got a beautiful face, but got nothing to say. Oh.
Yeah. You know what? I will stand by that. But I mean, you also literally, in my opinion, do like every form of drag. I feel like we've worked together. This will be our third time working together. But in shows, performing wise, we've worked together twice. And every time I feel like you bring a different like character or persona with just even like one number. But one thing I also know you for is your incredible, huge hair that, in my opinion, is very true to your drag. You always have very, very big, gorgeous hair. And I still stand by, I'm going to steal that big ginger hair.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It is. And it won't be yours for much longer. Anyways, but you actually do that for a living. So you actually work at Slasher Studios. Yes. Tell us about that.
Okay, so Slasher Studio is a hair salon in downtown Tuscumbia.
Yeah.
And we offer services from hair to nails. And I'm a hairstylist there. I've been there for almost a year.
Yeah.
And I got started there from my internship in school.
And I mean, it's a very, like, the aesthetic is so, it's like very, I don't want to say horror. I mean, it is kind of like horror-y themed. It's very nice. I know you currently obviously do most of your hair. Do you ever see like yourself making a business out of doing drag hair?
I have thought about it.
Yeah.
I've been starting to make some wigs to sell, and I've been displaying them in the salon.
Yeah, I was about to say, there was a big, I think, purple or blue one.
Yeah.
That you recently did. It was huge. And I was like, hold up. But you also take, like we were mentioning earlier, that incredible talent of doing hair, and you transcribe it with characters too, such as, when we were talking about earlier, the Miss Cerebellum. From Powerpuff Girls, and then also Pennywise that you recently did for Halloween, and then you did Wicked as well, and then you also did you do one of the sisters from you were Pennywise in that photo. Yeah.
And then recently I was Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, yes, Lindsay Lohan.
That was so fun.
I love that. And then you also did the Sabrina Carpenter inspired book too.
I did recently. On TikTok, yes.
Look at you going. But would you classify it as cosplaying?
No, I don't think so.
Just more so character inspired. Where do you think the love of that comes from?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Interesting. She's like, I don't know.
It actually wasn't something that I thought that I would want to do. And so I remember Dolly had texted me one day, and she was asking if I would ever consider doing like a character like that. And I was like, I was really nervous about it, but I was like, yes, of course I would. And I was Liza Minnelli in Our Founding Mothers, and it was so fabulous. And then after I did that, I was like, okay, that was really, really great. And so Dolly has been having me in these wonderful shows doing these characters, and I have really liked it a lot.
It's like really. Do you think it's like pushed your drag persona?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That is we got the Elijah.
Elijah
with the G. The Nash. In the audience, we also have the mayor of Townsville,
yes, the
aka
mayor.
your partner and boyfriend Ricky. How did y'all meet? Mm-hmm.
So
take a big sip of that tea, because we all know it was Grindr.
It was actually Facebook.
Oh.
Yes.
Even more mysterious.
Yes, it was through Facebook. Ricky had messaged me on Facebook. And we planned on going to the Pride March in Florence.
Yeah.
For our first time meeting.
Yeah, that wasn't, okay. You were leading it up to be like, it was a crazy, you were like, it's a crazy story.
Crazy.
We cut off camera so that I could get me a straw, and you were like, it was so crazy. That was absolutely insane. Nice to have a drag husband though.
Yes.
Does he carry your bags for you?
He does sometimes.
I was about to say, I will literally turn around, smack the shit out of him if he does not. Not a drag husband if he does not. Does he do any of like this helping of the styling of the wigs or?
No, he doesn't.
Wow.
But he gives me his opinions.
He loves doing that, doesn't he? You told me when we were actually getting ready, y'all been together for 5 years.
Yes,
that
5
is
years.
Crazy. Are y'all coming up on 6, or did y'all just recently celebrate 5?
In June will be 6.
But with y'all's relationship blossoming even more in the future, what can we expect from Diamond coming soon?
So on December the 14th, I will be performing at the camp.
Okay.
And Miss Majesty Divine's Drag Brunch.
Yes, that sounds like an exciting
show. And I'm going to have a insane wig.
Oh.
Yes, and it's going to be really great.
Do you see any like future competitions, pageants coming with your drag?
Ooh, maybe. I don't know.
You're gonna become a pageant girl?
Ooh,
I mean, you said you've only been doing it for a year. Do you see maybe year 2 you dig into the pageant?
Maybe, possibly. Just going with the flow,
Just teasing the hair to the gods.
Yeah.
Being characters, being silly girl. But with all of those serious shenanigans out of the way, it's time to make this silly. With a segment I like to call Dumb and Quick.
Ooh.
You get it? Dumb and Quick.
Dumb and Quick.
You know a lot about those, huh? You freaky deaky girl. Anyways, you'll have 6 questions with 9 seconds each to answer. It's another freaky deaky joke. If you cannot answer them within the allotted time, an embarrassing picture will pop up on the screen. You want to know the best part? You won't know what embarrassing picture it is because it'll be edited in. Send me an embarrassing picture. Anyways, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Question number 1 with 9 seconds on the clock. Buttercup, Bubbles, or Blossom?
Bubbles.
Oh, why? Do you relate to her?
Yeah, because she's just so happy all the time.
Yeah. I could see that. Yeah. We were talking about some depressing in the dressing room and you're like, Bubbles. Question number 2, because I know you like to eat, allegedly. Favorite fast food chain?
Oh, favorite? Bojangles.
Oh.
I love Bojangles.
I did not expect that from you. Yeah. I thought you were going to say like McDonald's or something. McDonald's is gross.
It is.
Sometimes their fries be slapping them. You know, the $2 fry meal?
Yeah.
You know about that? Yeah. I use her a little too often.
You can get the boat with fries.
Vegetarians would know. Not the boat. Not the board. Not the boat fries. Question number 3, big hair or big makeup?
Big hair.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like if I had to lose one, it would be I would go with no makeup on if I could have a huge wig. Yeah, to be honest. 7 stack wig. Do it. No makeup.
Bam.
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 Lady Bunny up in this. I could see that for you. Question number 4, favorite horror movie?
Oh, favorite horror movie? Okay. 13 Ghosts.
You just made me so happy. Yeah, you're absolutely my favorite now. 13 Ghosts is so...
I love it so much.
Incredibly good. It's so good. The Angry Princess.
Yeah.
She's the reason I started doing drag. Yeah. I was like, I want to be her. I want to be cut up in a tub, smelling like a fresh tilapia fish. Yeah. Do you have a favorite ghost from 13 Ghosts?
The Jackal.
Ooh, spooky ookie. Spooky ookie. Yeah, 13 Ghosts is a great choice. Also, Matthew Lillard. Young Matthew Lillard. There's a reason I like Scream so much. Question number 5, pads or corsets?
Pads.
Yeah. The corset.
Yeah.
Did you wear a corset tonight? I know you were talking about it. Yeah. The corset. Girl, you'll never see when. No. Question number 6. I felt like you were this girly, so I felt like I should ask. Pokemon?
I played Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. I did.
Were you a card girl?
No.
Were you a Yu-Gi-Oh girl?
No.
Oh.
No. I did have Beyblades.
Did you? Wow, you were that type of girl. Did you trade them at school lunch? You're like, I'll trade my Beyblade for you. I can see that for you. But lastly, where can they follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all under either Brody Wellborn or Dyamond Wellington.
Instagram. Do you do TikTok?
Yes, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
TikTok. You sound like you're from the Midwest.
I've had people tell me that before.
But you're from Alabama.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Crazy.
Thank you so much for being on the channel. Like I said, we've had to reschedule it a few times because life be lifing.
Yes, it has.
You know, everyone to the channel should know by now. She had to get a new car, me. So we had to get that settled. And it was settled. And the second it was, I was like, hey, come on up. Come on in. Big.com. But yeah, from the first time I met you, like I said, we were doing Hot Lava Drag Show. Yes. Such an incredible, quirky time. The first time I met you, you were giggly the entire time. I think I was like, I like your hair, and you were like, thank you. Literally. Make sure to follow me on all of my socials at The Only Preferred for the next special guest to come on the preferred few, such as Dyamond Wellington. Slay. Like, comment, and subscribe for a brand new video every single Sunday on the channel. We love good Sunday. You know, usually give it up to the Lord, but we don't. We get up to drag. Drag is our Lord. Anyways, until next time, stay queer, stay preferred, and always stay shining bright like a diamond.